Hi, this is Olivia Mounts, and this is my Week 3 discussion board post over tariffs for American national government. These are some of the key points that stood out for me when reading the articles. For the first one, that is, some economists say Trump's promises on tariffs may be impossible to keep. Trump's many promises on tariffs that may not be able to be kept was a big point that stood out to me. He wants to use tariffs to change multiple different things at the same time. However, they are nearly, if not entirely, impossible to do at the same time. He wants to boost manufacturing, raise revenue, and reduce drugs coming into the country. Erica York states, you can have a tariff for revenue, or you can have a tariff for restriction, but you can't have both. Another point that stood out for me was when Trump's team was asked how his goals would be met through tariffs, and they stayed very vague when answering the question. They worked around the question and said that tariffs will protect American manufacturers and workers, instead of just answering the question point blank. In the other article, Trump's plan to cut corporate taxes and raise tariffs may hit Ireland hard. One of the more significant points that stood out for me in the article was the fact that Trump is wanting to impose tariffs on Ireland, even though things coming from Ireland are U.S. products from U.S. production. Trump's team specifically singled out Ireland, which was a much smaller economy compared to others, like China. Another point that caught my attention was the fact that this one decision will affect so much more than just the U.S. Dan Woolhall states, the whole world is having to recalibrate to deal with what is going on to be unpredictable year or two ahead. The fact that one person's moves can impact so many things is what I believe is significant in these articles. In both articles, Trump's decisions affect not only us as a nation, but also other parts of the world. His many promises over tariffs are partially a plan to improve revenue. However, this may cause a loss in revenue. On top of this, when discussing Trump's decision over raising tariffs to Ireland, Dan Mulhall states, the whole world is having to recalibrate to deal with what is going to be an unpredictable year or two ahead. I quoted this in the other slide, however, I believe it is really important to think about because his decision affects so many people. And how this information connects to broader themes relevant to this course. The information in this text relates because of tariffs and checks and balances. The main branches that are involved in this process is the legislative, which is Congress, and the executive branch, which is the president. Originally, the Constitution gave Congress power over tariffs. However, the executive branch was granted some of the authority that they continue to exercise. This process is really unique in the checks and balances process because there is little checks and balances actually happening. I have 3 main questions from these articles. One of the biggest questions that was sparked from reading them was how will Trump's tariffs play out once they are set? Will he be able to go against the economists' beliefs and have them all work out at once, or will his plan just completely fail? Another question I have from the articles is how current Trump supporters will feel if the promises he made cannot be kept. Will opinions on him change, or will people still stand with him? Lastly, I also question how seriously President Trump will be taken during his presidency when some components of his first promises are already being dismantled before they even take place. These questions contribute to better understanding the textbook materials by giving me real-life examples to think about. The articles allow me to relate key terms from the textbook to real and current events happening. Questioning them allows me to dive deeper into the topics for myself outside of classroom learning. These are the references I use, including both of the articles and the textbook. Thank you.